Mark Mayhew took 60 trips around the sun. Our dear coworker, assignment editor, and friend, he impacted everyone he met along his journey. When Mark took his final trip home on January 10th, 2017, it left a void in our newsroom and in our hearts. Time has passed since Mark left us here on Earth, but that's not the end of Mark Mayhew's story.
Well, I met Mark 5 years ago, and it was love at first sight.
Sylvia Markley, Mark's beloved girlfriend, knows the feeling to lose a loved one.
He was a solid, loving, caring person who made my life richer, and at a time in my life, my son had just died, so he was there as a comfort for me.
After losing her son to muscular dystrophy and another one suffering from the same disease, it's a feeling that has become too well known for her, but a pain comforted by Mark.
We were buddies, you know, really good friends. We shared a lot of the same interests.
An interest in music, old movies, and cars, but it was the interest in each other that was the treasure. Like Mark was there for Sylvia during the loss of her son, Sylvia was there for him after he had open heart surgery last May.
And he was doing really, really good. And, you know, we were working on it as a team. I was making sure he was eating healthy, and he was making sure he was exercising. It seemed like everything was going great.
It was going great, until Mark got done with one of his regular workouts on a Friday evening.
He knew something was happening. He just looked at me and he said, "Oh my gosh, dear," and he passed out. And that was really the last words I ever heard him speak.
The last words she heard from Mark. But she found comfort in conversations that she had with him when difficult decisions needed to be made.
Mark wanted to be an organ donor.
Mark and Sylvia had that conversation of organ donation before he unexpectedly passed away. Emily O'Brien was Mark's nurse while he was at Swedish American Hospital. She says conversations like Mark and Sylvia's can bring peace of mind to loved ones after they have gone.
What a blessing it can be to actually have conversations with your loved ones about their wishes. It's taking that decision off of the spouse or the family on having to make those decisions when their loved one can't. That was a gift that Mark gave to Sylvia.
Peace of mind is a gift that Mark gave to Sylvia. But with organ and tissue donation, his impact goes much further. Mark died just 107 days ago. In that time, his corneas were given to 2 people so that they would have the ability to see. On top of that, 75 people have been healed by his tissue. Dr. Yasir Zeter has seen countless stories like Mark's. He's seen the impact that an organ donor can have on families.
You don't need that organ after your neurological death, but you're given second chance of life to that family or that person who need it.
He says that organ donation is becoming more prevalent today. Just through Swedish American, 2,100 lives were improved and saved through both organ and tissue donation in 2016 alone.
People should think about it, because if their family member died, neurological death, they can keep their heart, their lungs, their tissue alive, which is a good memory for them in someone in different body.
Now will you be quiet because you got your Grammy?
This isn't the first time Sylvia has experienced loss in her life. She's sadly lost 2 sons, Phil and Ken, both to muscular dystrophy. Ken, just 3 weeks ago. A tough road for an incredibly tough woman, comforted by the gifts her loved ones have given to others.
To know that somebody else out there is seeing the world through Mark's eyes. My son Phil donated his eyes. That was the most comforting thing.
A gift to others, but also a gift to her.
Yes, organ donation is a wonderful thing to the recipient. Their life is going to change. But to the family who lost a loved one or had a loved one die, it's a gift to them too. When you give your donation of your organs or your tissue or your eyes, as a person grieving the loss of someone, there's a comfort in it.
Organ donation won't bring Mark back, but it will mean he'll continue to live through the people he so generously healed. Thank you, Mark. We miss you.